Hello and welcome back to Rogue Trader. We are ready to go and face Calcazar. Now, what are we going to do when we get there? I don't entirely know. He hasn't actually done anything truly wrong to us. He hasn't done anything that we particularly 100% disagree with. He may be slightly heretical, but we don't really know the full extent of what he's done yet. So, we need to go confront him and just see what exactly is going on. But to do that, we need to go over to this map here. So, let's go. Let's see what he has to say. That's currently my approach. We know he's done some things, but let's see what he says he's done. Because he's generally pretty honest with us because he knows that we have absolutely nothing that we can do about it. Argenta does not try to hide her excitement. Rogue Trader, at last we can speak. The victory on Euphrates II was invaluable in of itself, but what great fruit it bore! And now I know the way to Salus Prime, the planet where a great relic of the Imperium lies hidden. Are you prepared for this journey? My heart longs for battle, Rogue Trader. I have dreamt of a chance to kneel before the relic for so long. It's right there on that planet, and so are the heretics who dared stop me from doing so last time. Excellent! We'll set the course for Salus Prime as soon as we can. My gratitude is yours, Rogue Trader. Well, I guess we're making a little pit stop before we go to Calcazar because this is our last quest that we currently do not have done. So, let's do that. Also, why is our mouse currently always in that, it always looks like a little cogwheel. Why is it not the same cursor as it's always been? Anyway, let's head out here. Maybe I need to save and reload. That's possible. I could believe me having to save and reload to fix this. So is that Salus Prime? That's the Cache and Cava Gamma. Yeah, so these are all the things that don't really exist anymore. Because we've already done them. Yeah. That's fine. Yeah, we have already done all of these pretty much. So I'm just trying to find Salus Prime. Is that Salus Prime? That must be Salus Prime because it's the only place we haven't gone. Does it say where I need to go? Yeah. Okay. So, we have to make... Oh no, we don't have to make a new route. There is a route from Lepidus Mortis. Okay. So, if we go to Mundus Valancius, up, down, across, or we just make a route from Mundus Valancius. We could just make a route from there. Where are we currently? So we're here. Okay. So I think we want to go up. Where does this even go? Does this go? This goes straight to Mundus Valancius, doesn't it? Yeah. So 1, 2, and then maybe we just make a route directly there. I don't know. The route in theory shouldn't be a red route. It should be an orange route, given that we got the thing that makes red routes turn into orange routes. So let's see. We're gonna go Frozen Prince first. Oh? What's happening? What are we doing? Okay.
Shireen, I've been waiting for you. Hurry up, the water is hot, like the fire in a longing heart.
Okay. We will join her?
Isn't it divine? Why didn't we do this sooner?
How about some Amasec?
Let us praise the Exalted One as we drink. He who sees into the depths of our hearts and sends us that which we never thought to dream of, but which we need more than anything.
And how will this evening end?
This evening will never end, Shireen. Night, Amasec, water, and passion will be yours forever.
It seems you have dealt with the worries that were troubling you.
I have risen from the ashes of my past, Sherim. I thought a lot about who I used to be and who I've become, and I realized that Jai Hedari is more than just a name. It is the life I've dreamt of since I was a child, the life I've managed to carve out of the cosmos for myself. It used to be a mask, but now it is simply me, and I have nothing to be ashamed of. And it is thanks to you, Sherim. You did not cast me aside, and I have stopped asking myself if I am worthy of you. I am worthy, and I know it.
Okay, so this could be the romance end, but the reason why I'm a little bit suspicious is because it seems to have come out of nowhere. Now, why would I be suspicious of that? Well, there are many demons who could potentially be doing this as some kind of way of getting under our skin, or many other things. So I'm too suspicious to let it just be what it is. Anyway, her voice is calm and resolute, full of unshakable self-assurance, and at the same time, tumultuous tenderness. It washes over you in a gentle caress. Who are you now? A princess? A crime baron? A deserter?
I am your beloved. Today, that is enough for me. But tomorrow, we'll see. Do you remember what you said in Kimura? That I never change myself to suit other people's expectations. I think that is when I realized the power I had over my own life. And then you ordered Mercy to stop seeing me as a little girl who needed him. You might be the first person who's ever done that for me. Who hasn't tried to change me on the pretext of loving me. Who doesn't expect me to conform to the idea of me they've built in their head. And so I've thought about it. I've decided I can't trust you. It's very dangerous, trusting another person with yourself. But somehow I know you won't take advantage of my vulnerability.
Closing her eyes, she says something in a language you do not understand, and a radiant smile comes to her lips. It's a very dangerous move to say the second line, as we have no idea what it means, but Hamesar Lekar Raumka?
It doesn't really happen like that. It's all one long dream, but I refuse to let myself wake up. After this, I have no need for real life.
What do you think lies ahead for us?
On Ifrit, they say that if you want to know the future, you must turn your gaze to the past, for the Exalted One wove time in a loop. I heard a story, a wonderful story, about an adventurer and thief. She stole happiness from the universe, and alone she enjoyed the sweetness of that ripe fruit. But can anyone be happy alone? They cannot. And so the thief shared her trophy with a rogue trader whose beautiful face matched their beautiful heart. And together they feasted on their stolen happiness. They built castles, they conquered worlds, they loved one another. Oh, how they loved one another. They burned and were reborn in that love. And then, I don't remember how the story ends. What ending awaited them, do you think?
Riches, glory, and a long life.
Riches and glory. A beautiful ending. It's what I've always dreamt of. It's who I've always dreamt of.
Beckoning Jai with our finger, we say, "Come here." Flames kindle in her huge dark eyes. They are the flames of bonfires roaring in the night, the torches of a hunting cavalcade, the raging inferno of a Promethean fire. The flames draw close to you, their burning tongues latching onto you, coiling around your body. The name of this riotous blaze is Jai Hedari. Okay then. Well, the romance has had its final scene. which is very significant in RPGs like this, because it means that we are effectively reaching the end of the game. Traditionally, the romance scene will end roughly right before you reach a point of no return, where the story keeps going and there would be no time to fit in a romance scene in the middle. So, let us save and head on to the last thing we need to do before seeing Calcazar, which is doing Argenta's quest. So let us go. Okay then, so did we make it to the Frozen Prince, or we did? Okay. You know what's interesting about that, by the way? Just as a side note, because that scene is locked in, like we had to have that scene, we could have made a fast route over here, taken that path over, and that would have then given us a free red route to travel, because it would always give us that event. It doesn't matter, but it's interesting to think about. Your Lordship, esteemed Choirmaster Zachary Weiss is reporting that the Astropass have received a signal. It states the following. Arc Mechanicus Hermetico is calling the unit Pascal Hanuman. Directive, visit, priority ahead of the queue. Purpose, discontinuing the cycle. It is followed by a set of coordinates. According to my data, the lost sacred vessel Hermetico is the flagship headquarters and last confirmed location of Archmagos Amernat. I hereby request permission to immediately embark on an expedition. Pascal, why are you being summoned to that ship? No data is available. No hypotheses are available. The justification is irrelevant. If the blessed Amernat summons me, I must comply with the directive. Chart the course to the transmitted coordinates. I am coming, Mentor. Well, looks like Argenta just got bumped. She is no longer next in the queue, because his sounds a lot more urgent. So, let the cycle be discontinued. System Speculo. Alright, well, let me, let's go System Speculo. Speculo is not on our list. Can't help but notice the lack of it on my list. System Speculo. Let me double check that just to make sure I'm not going crazy. Oh, no, there we go. It is on my list. Oh, we've been here before. Okay. So how are we going to get there? It's not the easiest for us to get to, I'll be honest. Is this a green route from here to here? Yeah, so maybe 100 Dreams Crossroad or Celio Prophecy System Speculo? 3 jumps? Yeah. Warp travel. It's a safe route. Followed by this one. We will personally go and face these contemptible foes. Yeah. Let's do it. Let's just pick who we're taking on Pascal's quest. Oh, we're taking Pascal. We're taking Abelard. We're taking Heinrichs. Who else are we taking? You know what? Let's take Jai. That gives us another... yeah, that gives us someone who can talk to people. Who else are we going to take to this thing? I'm thinking tech-wise. Who do you want to take? You don't really want to take Marazai. You don't really want to take Earliet. Neither of them are tech-wise that interesting, unless it links back in to the Aldari stuff, which it could do. In which case, we might want to take Earliet. No connection for Cassia. I don't see a connection for Adira. Argenta, I don't see something in Ulfar, I don't see. I'm going to take Earliet. Yeah. Except I'm going to do this. Oh, you can't rearrange him like that? Oh, that's fine. Whatever. We're going to take this group. I think this makes sense for us. Okay. Now we're in the lower decks. Let's kill some demons. It'll get us back into the swing of things. And it'll let us try out an officer, which we haven't done since the patch. Although... Oh, never mind. I was going to say between... now and then I was going to do a resave to fix our cursor, but our cursor fixed itself. Wonderful. Okay, let's do a little reorganization here. Something like that looks good to me. Right.
Always
Reorganize.
keep your eye on the price.
Move forward. So we've got some cultists of Nurgle. I see. That's fine. In we go. And then this way. Okay, so we know how this one goes. What's this? Save for the kill. Okay. Yeah, whenever a prey that's not being trailed is killed by an ally, bounty hunter gains an extra turn of half MP and AP, and they cannot attack during this extra turn. That's fine. So, Jai, you're going to be here. On this side, I think we're going to send Abelard over. He can pretty much clear that by himself. There we go. Heinrich, sit in the middle of these two bits of cover. Earliette, you can go there. Pascal, here. Where are we gonna go? We'll stay where we are. That's fine. So let's start by making that front. Well, sorry, making that front line.
Who if not me?
That's gonna be rear.
I'll make it happen.
Back line is gonna be.
I refuse.
Back line is gonna be here.
I'll see to it personally.
There we go. Why don't you move up here again?
I don't need luck. I have strategy.
Okay. Then we're gonna go for cover efficiency in this area, followed by overwhelming stratagem. Oh, wrong area. Oh well, it's fine. I forgot those two were different areas. Perfect spot to increase our ballistic skill. Use joint analysis to increase our allies' damage. I'm gonna do that and that, which means that we got one more point to spend. Let's go stronghold stratagem here. Okay. So we're then gonna use surefire plan. I'm just gonna take a shot. There we
I'll
go.
make it happen. You never stood a
Nice.
chance.
We did damage and then killed the side one. We now have no AP left. We're now going to use Transcendent Potential to see what Jai can do
Who
now.
if not me?
So, Finest Hour. Oh, that's got a new thing. That's kind of cool. Ally gains an extra turn with full AP and MP. And there's no attack limit during that extra turn. Ooh, that's new, isn't it? Okay. Earliette.
They'll write legends about me.
So, no attack limit is wild. So first of all, switch weapon. Then we just start marking prey.
If it serves your cause.
So let's mark that one. And that one.
If I must.
Yeah, no attack limit is new as well, I think.
This tedium is beneath me.
Okay, so that's my prey marked. Now I'm going to do claim the bounty.
I am not your Xenos pet monkey. I deal death with my hands.
Okay.
I hear you moving.
Oh, she got a free
no
extra
more.
shot. Wow. Okay. Shoot. Crazy. Alright, do another one.
Another soul slips beyond the veil.
Okay, I think they've broken her.
Swift.
She's too strong now.
I deal death with my hands. I hear you moving.
Okay.
No more.
They've definitely broken
I
her.
understand your intent. Another soul
I got two
slips beyond
with
the veil.
that one. Oh no, she has even more movement, so can actually move even further up here. Is this the last one? Wait a second, is this the last enemy? No, there's two left. Alright, yeah, go over here. Can't quite
Just
see that one.
designate
Shoot
the
this guy.
target. I deal death with my hands.
Okay.
I am not your Xenos pet monkey. I hear you moving. No more.
Okay then. Okay.
Keep
So
your
they did
wits about
nerf
you.
a slightly, like they did nerf officer slightly, but or maybe is it officer or whatever one gives the extra turn there. I think it's officer. Yeah, I think master tactician. No, yes, that was officer. So they did nerf officer, but apparently they added in something else. I don't know. Maybe it always had no attack limit, but that doesn't seem correct to me. That doesn't seem like that's right. Yes, I want to collect the remaining trophies and leave this location. Okay. Well, that was insane. Let's head over here. Yeah, we've done this one before. We then get ourselves some heretic trophies. Cool. Right. Let's do a save, and let's head in. Okay. Right, and then we're going to this thing, which is new. Oh. I don't know if all of these are, like, these are all new, I think, actually. Your Lordship, hailing the ship surrounding the Hermetico's wreck led to receiving the following transmission. We are the Cognizance Fleet. We praise the Messiah of discontinuing. We remain in prayer. Remain on standby. Let the cycle be discontinued. The Omniscient knows all, comprehends all. We are the Cognizance Fleet. We praise the Messiah of discontinuing. Pascal, it looks like gathering of believers in discontinuing the cycle. Confirmed. The number of adherents to the discontinuing the cycle does not correspond with the earlier prognosis. The willingness to declare one's commitment to the teachings of Blessed Amarnat is anomalous. This unit is intrigued. Is there anything unusual about these ships? Yes, your lordship. We're picking up traces of recent combat on many of the vessels. Numerous traces. Based on the initial radiation background assessment, it appears that an Adeptus Mechanicus weapon has been used against them. I hypothesize that the schism within the Cognizance Fleet has reached a climax. My tech comrades raised arms against one another. It is with sorrow that I register this information in the archive. Patch in one of the captains. It will be done, your lordship. Request denied. We're receiving only the message voiced earlier. Request a landing aboard their ship. We have received a standard denial of request message, your lordship. What outrageous impudence. Alright, we'll leave them alone. Okay. Let's save. And let's go to the Arc Mechanicus. We're definitely not going to have to fight these explorator fleets. No way. Your lordship, according to the ship's registry, we're looking at the Arc Mechanicus Hermetico. We picked up a Vox signal coming from her. Oh, weird that it has a picture on the left. Anyway, permission granted. May the Messiah of discontinuing reveal the way to a safe docking gate. The raspy voice of the person who recorded the message is vaguely familiar to you, but you cannot put your finger on it. Requesting the right to participate in the first boarding party. Evaluating shuttle docking options. Is there a safe docking spot? Not at the moment, your lordship. The damage to the hull makes observations difficult, and the surviving vacuum locks are sealed shut. I hypothesize that the proper vacuum lock may be opened using my personal access code. Justification. A message from the Arc Mechanicus. What do we know about the ship? Each Ark is a sanctuary for the Adeptus Mechanicus. Every such ship is a relic. They are incredibly ancient and were made to search for the sacred standard template construct patterns. Legends tell of entire forge worlds that were literally disassembled for parts to make such vessels. In any case, she's a ruin of her former glory. We observed numerous traces of internal decompression and not a single sign of aggression carried out from the outside. For what it's worth, some of the decks look intact, at least from the outside. We're also picking up some strange radiation emanating from the hull. We believe the ship has been in the processional of the damned for a long time. Assemble the boarding crew. It will be done, your lordship. Right, this is the squad we're going in with. Yeah, no issues. Now we're going onto the Arc Mechanicus Hermetico. Now I gotta think the raspy voice has to be Pascal's voice or a similar voice to him. Because, yeah, it just kind of seems like that's the path we're going down, but we'll see. Formation. That's fine. Okay. Save. And then we're gonna go. As soon as the save finishes. Oh. The halls of this holy ship feel strangely familiar to me. Uh-huh. Yeah. Okay, not disproving what I was saying a second ago. The cogitator screen glows faintly. You take a closer look and realize it's been gutted, its innards replaced with candles that cast glints on the black plexiglass. Oh.
Let us not dawdle.
We have some people here. Hello. Let's grab the goods. This vessel is furnished throughout with extraordinarily ancient and sacred mechanisms. What a great temple it used to be. Okay, I'm just waiting to see if he has another line. I don't think he does, though. How dare they set up camp right in the heart of the sacred machine? This is sacrilege against the blessed remains. The noble warrior's armor and augmatics are undamaged, yet they are dead. What killed them?
Rise to the top,
okay,
or get left in the dust.
Same for these ones. The majestic metal statue is frozen in a menacing, combative pose. The ancient warrior's flesh was once enhanced with priceless augmatics, but they are dormant now. There's a chief over there. I am registering residual traces of paper combustion inside this cogitator's casing. Did they fuel this repository of knowledge with books? Oh, we missed that one apparently. This is odd. I see scratch marks from a servo claw on this venerable Skitarius' armor. Okay, so that kind of lines up with the... I'm just trying to figure out which way we're going here. Oh, the loot is at the back? Ah, okay. That lines up with the tech priest against tech priest thing. Oh, Abel! Wait a second. Abel? Oh, he's with us. Alright. Didn't know you were coming with us, but, you know, welcome. Welcome. Alright. Let's walk to the chief. Got nothing to say? Oh, there we go. The lean, hunchback man studies you with his piercing gaze. One of his eyes looks you up and down. The other has been replaced by a bulky augmetic, ancient and adorned with gold, but it's deactivated for some reason. He states in a dry voice, "The ghosts of nothingness have entered the deck of the Akgen tribe. I greet your tribe. We come in peace." The man shrugs indifferently. His voice is tinged with sympathy. "It does not matter. You are ghosts." Take a closer look at the man. The middle-aged man carries a potentia coil on his shoulders, after the manner of tech priests. It is held in place by straps and not connected to anything. His weight has given him a hunched back. One of his arms has been replaced by an exquisite tech scribe augmetic, but the quills and styli are incredibly dull, as though they have been scraped against bare rock, and the limb's servomotor is dormant. The sight of the mangled augmetic elicits a pained grimace from Pascal. I am registering evidence of precious true flesh being operated in unacceptable conditions. The markings indicate that this sacred metal was fashioned many centuries ago on blessed Mars. Putting it to such crude and careless use is an insult to the Omnissiah. Who are you? The undertakers of the world that expired in the great discontinuing of the cycle. The mourners holding an eternal requiem for the universe. Fascinated by the answer, Pascal says quietly, "Let the cycle be discontinued." A wan, condescending smile graces the man's lips. It was discontinued a long time ago. Do you believe the world has perished? This statement is true. The world ceased to exist a very long time ago. It turned to nothingness, to ashes. All that's left are these ruins, the last shard of the universe. Its cenotaph. What you believe destroyed the universe? The unthinkable was wrought. The cycle was discontinued. This tribesman's mind is full of the most unenlightened superstition. Why does this unit seemingly know less than some of its primitive barbarian? Is that good or bad? Neither. It just happened. But it was a grievous event, and we grieve. Is that why you call us ghosts? Yes. There is only nothingness outside this ship. Sometimes it spits out ghosts born of the world's ashes and they wander in. The sight of you saddened us, for we mourn you. Alas, there is nothing we can do to help you, since you do not exist. I see. The man sighs and makes a sign with his hand that is vaguely reminiscent of a tech priest gesture to ward off evil. Pascal, what do you make of these people? Hypothesis. This primitive community is made up of descendants of low-ranking technomats who once serviced this deck. The name Akgen derives from category Akgen. Ak stood for the Acolyte category, which serviced the main decks. Gen referred to service staff who are assigned general, as opposed to specialized maintenance duties. The man looks at you and Pascal with indifference. He does not seem to have understood a single word. How do you survive here and what do you do? We hold a vigil for all existence, and the spirits of the mechanisms give us water, food, and nutrient mix. We thank them for that with rites of machine servicing and maintenance, so commands the great entity. I am registering multiple deviations from the catechism of maintenance and operation in the actions of these units. Hypothesis. The breaches of sacred instructions do not stem from a malicious lapse into heresy. They are a consequence of the rite having been lost to memory. A grave heresy, but not as profane. The voice from the Vox is full of sorrow and reproach. Who or what is the great entity? The supreme deity, the spirit of wisdom and revelations. It bears the name Marnat. The name grabs Pascal's attention. He says sternly, I am registering a meaningful linguistic pattern, requesting all available information on Marnat. Marnat is a divine being of great wisdom. It was this great wisdom that discontinued the cycle, and all who had partaken of it lapsed into nothingness. We never partook of the wisdom, which is why we exist, and I have nothing to tell you about it, Ghost. You talk to us, your kinsfolk do not. Why? I am the Fabricator General. My shoulders bear the sacred burden of leadership. The man shifts his shoulders, bent under the potentia coil resting upon them. The others fear you, as ghosts can carry the living away into nothingness, but I am protected by Marnat's grace. Pascal's roar is like the blaring alarm of an extractor. Fabricator General, I am registering heresy. The man listens to the tech priest's outburst without flinching. The universe must have a Fabricator General, the supreme priest of the Omnissiah. There is none other to hold that title, therefore it is mine. Have you seen anything unusual lately? The echo of an old crime was heard beneath the arching vaults of our home. The tribesman nods at you gloomily. A ghost of nothingness walked among us, like an appearance to you, but without a face. He spoke words that must not be spoken, then penetrated the chamber of Observius, and our abode was shaken by the wrath of the gods for days. We felt as though we were drifting through nothingness. Pascal lowers his head and says quietly, That is him, my mentor Amornat. What did he look like? He bore the mark of sorrow and past misdeeds, and his voice was like seeping sand. Was he alone? No, other ghosts walked with him, but he alone had a mind and a will. The others did his bidding. What is the Chamber of Observus? An abode of deities and mighty spirits secluded from mortals. The man points towards the entrance to the lift shaft. Down this great tube they used to descend to the mortals. Now they have all retired, and the House of Observus, the calm and keen-sighted, there to remember and mourn the world that once was. The unit has given us a distorted description of the Observatorium, the bay that housed the Hermeticos Bridge. There, under the grand dome of Glascrete, the wisest hierarchs of the Adeptus Mechanicus would spend time in reflection and strive to discern the Omnissiah's guiding signs in the glitter of the stars. Pascal hesitates, then adds wordly, correction. This data is a hypothesis. An archive search yielded no confirmation of this data. My possession of it is an anomalous cognitive fluctuation. I want to get in there. Abandon this thought. Your kind can't go in there. The great tube was made for the travels of gods, not mortals. Only one who has the blessing of Pref, the great spirit who rules this deck, may approach the great tube. But even such a one will have tried in vain, for the great tube spirits have sealed its gate and will only open to those who know the divine word, and rust wraiths ensure that humans don't steal the word and make short work of any thief. Who is the spirit Pref? The master of this deck, the second most important god after Marnat. Mortals cruelly betrayed his trust once, and he hasn't talked to them or protected them since. Pref only ever answers the shaman's invocations, and only occasionally at that. The tribesman's profane speculations most likely describe an important machine spirit that remains awake, requesting a conversation with the unit identified as the shaman. Divine word. What divine word? Words command all of existence. The gods ruled the universe using the words of power. There was a time when mortals too were granted knowledge of them, but that time died along with the world. Hypothesis. The term divine word refers to a command litany. A thorough understanding of the situation aboard the Hermetico will allow me to select the correct litany and recite it to the mechanisms that are still operational. What are rust wraiths? The man points to one of the motionless statues. The ancient ones, the servants of the gods. They used to be the gods' great warriors, and now they guard the peace of this universal cemetery, and see to it that mortals don't challenge the divine order. The Skitari, the deck guard. These immortal servants are an elite detachment of the crew blessed with the most ancient and wondrous augmetic enhancements. They could survive in a sleeping state for centuries even. After a brief pause, a whisper comes from his vox. Their presence here is unusual. Typically, the immortals only leave their storage chapel on special orders from the bridge. So how did the faceless ghost get in? He knew the secret. The spell was not of divine origin. Its power surpassed that of the gods. It was born in the mysterious depths of irregularity, and soon after a mortal first uttered it, the world was no more. Pascal waves a mechadendrite at him in an annoyed dismissal and says impatiently, The blessed Amornat can command any mechanism on his ship. The indoctrinal heresy uttered by the unit is unworthy of attention. Your guesses are amazingly spot on, Pascal. The tech priest is taken aback. He pauses to think and then says with no great confidence, This statement is false. Each of the hypotheses was logically deducted from our present situation. I see. Good. Don't seek to enter the god's abode, Ghost. It is no place for you. I must take my leave. Farewell, Ghost. I hope nothingness summons you back into its embrace soon. Okay. Let's grab the goods while we're here. The barbaric inscriptions I'm going to turn around so I can see them. The barbaric inscriptions blasphemously profaning the flesh of this sacred machine echo the words of Requiem of Reverent Shutdown. This marking does not follow fleet protocol. This constitutes a Category 10 blasphemy. What kind of paranoia drove the crew to place the cannon platform here in the very heart of the ship? Good questions. Okay, let's head this way next. So there's the tech shaman. Okay, let's go back down to the bottom here as well. Okay, it feels as though I'm walking through a crime scene. These barbarians are pillaging the ship's supplies. I am registering a Category 9 blasphemy. So that's got to be the lift. Okay. What's this? I'm registering evidence that a Volkite carbine was fired here. I'm registering protocol violation. Use of weapons by Adeptus Mechanicus soldiers inside one of the ship's bays. Hello. The elderly tech shaman looks up at you with dim eyes. He smells strongly of exhaust fumes. Have you come to speak to the great Pref, ghosts? Pref will not speak your lesser tongue. I can help. I can interpret. Look at the tech shaman. The aging barbarian's skin is covered in tattoos of mechanisms, as if the ink drawings of cogs could pass for actual augmetics. Wires and scraps of flex tubbing are braided into his hair, as well as shards from a broken data slate screen. Cogitator circuit boards hang on threads from his large ceremonial drum. I am registering Category 6, 7, and 8 blasphemies in this tribesman's vestments. Only enlightened tech priests are authorized to dismantle and interact with the bodies of sacred machines, and painting the skin in crude imitation of true flesh is a profane mockery. It is how I venerate the iron spirits who have done their duty and passed into nothingness, ghost. I do this in the hope that I might gain some of their wisdom. This statement is false. I am not registering any veneration. Who is Pref? Our deck's great patron spirit who protects it and watches over everything that happens on it. Pref used to be a kind father to us until wicked people tricked him. That was when he disowned the mortals who lived here. He wiped the names of everyone who used to be under his patronage from his memory and no longer recognized their faces. Since then, Pref has been a harsh and cruel-hearted master who is deaf to our prayers. Pref. Hypothesis. The barbarian is using the debased designation to refer to prefect enumerator. Also, how difficult was that? Not at all. Okay. An especially sacred cogitator served by all of the deck's junior machine spirits. I am registering a Category 6 blasphemy. Why do I get the feeling he's writing these all down? The tribesman claims to communicate with it. Only enlightened adepts of the Omnissiah are permitted to interact directly with the prefect enumerator. Hypothesis. The part of the legend that speaks of disowning the mortals and forgetting their faces describes the removal of access rights from authorized units. For reasons unknown, the prefect enumerator was ordered to cease accepting commands from outsiders. How do you talk to Pref? The tech shaman raises the roaring mechanical sensor and inhales a lungful of its aromatic exhaust fumes. The tribesman's eyes grow dim, and he puts his hands on his drum. His fingers strike the taut synthetic leather with remarkable deftness and rhythm. Like this. Ascal frowns and says darkly, I am registering a Blast it, layman. This blessed smoke is meant for the sacred machines, not your lungs. Then the tech priest falls silent and listens carefully before uttering in astonishment. This primitive melody is a language, our language, a variety of rhythm-based tech vernacular in which meaning is created by the lengths of pauses between the signals. We have come to plead for Pref's benevolence. Every word you say is accompanied by a series of quick drum taps in a complex, choppy rhythm. Crackling comes in response from a vox hidden somewhere inside the wall. The tech shaman tilts his head and says, "The Great Pref would like to know who is speaking to him." The Prefect Enumerator is running an identification procedure. Given existing data on the machine spirit's refusal to follow orders within the chain of command, I predict that standard identifiers will be assigned a low priority. If the machine spirit speaks a tech priest language, do we even need the old man? This statement is false. The idiom is a distinctive vernacular most likely only used by the ship's crew. It is intuitively familiar to this unit, but not intelligible. Introduce yourself formally, Pascal. This unit is Magos Explorator Pascal Hanuman, a member of the Cognizance Fleet, presenting doctrinal compliance and algorithmic obedience certificates. The indicator on Pascal's neurocogitator glows. New data lights up Pascal's noospheric aura that no lay person can see. The tech shaman translates Pascal's words into quick taps on his drum, his dangling circuit boards jingling dramatically. He inhales the aromatic exhaust of his roaring sensor, listens carefully and says in a strained voice, "Ref asks why you should treat your words with respect and not scorn them." Pascal's voice becomes dry and bristly. The machine spirit is requesting to know this unit's access privileges. It refuses to submit to a stranger's will without a compelling reason. Machine spirits can be capricious and undisciplined. After years without sanctified maintenance, this one may have forgotten all about obedience. Normally in cases like these, a tech priest would bring the wayward machine to its senses with a shock from an electric prod or a blow from a wrench, accompanied by a litany of uninterruptible obedience. Well, I think a show of force is in order to show this machine its place. This statement is true. Pascal extends a hand towards the machine, which is enveloped in a shower of sparks. The crack in the tech priest's armored respirator shines a bright green. There is steel in his voice. "My power is my authorization. Acknowledge it or you will regret it, wayward spirit." Tech shaman shouts out in fear and shakes his drum frantically. "Ref acknowledges your power, Ghost. He does. He asks why you seek his friendship." A pained rattle comes from Pascal's vox as he touches a crack in his armor which is no longer glowing. He looks as though he has a sudden toothache and then says with effort, "Hypothesis. The Prefect Enumerator's request is to be interpreted as, what is the purpose of your visit?" You know the answer yourself, Pascal. "I have come to discontinue the cycle." The tech shaman listens to the crackling coming from the hidden vox in response and shakes his head contritely. "The Great Preth does not recognize your name or your face. He will not grant you his friendship and bids you to leave." Pascal's vox hisses angrily and he shakes his head. "The Prefect Enumerator's reaction is anomalous. Such disregard for regalia can only be explained by a protocol signifying an extreme degree of danger to the vessel." Okay.
Always keep your eye on the price.
Interesting. Also back down to the bottom here in case Pascal says anything that it cuts off. Let's have a look over here. Okay. Oh, the bay was breached from the inside. Traces of scaling suggest the use of melta chargers. Now everything is clear. A battle was fought here. During preparations for it, Amernat declared this observatorium off limits. Okay. Even to fellow servants of the Omnissiah, the Explorators, it was an internal conflict and he expected his erstwhile tech comrades to become his enemies. Okay. Is that it? That's it. Okay. Let's go this way first, because this doesn't look that important. The handprints and footprints indicate that the locals had turned the sacred unguent tank into something like a ritual font. Okay. That's interesting as an area. That looks like that's going to be where a lift appears.
Searching.
Ooh, okay, we'll do that in a second. Let's go this way
I always
first.
have a backup plan.
I recognize the pattern of the chants. They are imitating a reactor shutdown ritual. Something simply ordered the machine of the spirit to die. To discontinue, you might say. Alright, in the back here, we have heavy lifters. Grant the wearer gains 30 strength. That's pretty good. If the wearer is not moved in the previous turn, the ranged attacks with heavy weapons deal 50% damage until the end of the turn. Okay, that seems pretty good. The wearer gains 25 athletics and becomes immune to toxin. I don't have Argenta with us, but I gotta feel like she's actually the best to use this, right? Because of the heavy weapons part. It's gotta be either that, or maybe Ulfar if he can use them. Maybe, but he will move. I was thinking maybe Abelard just because it's 30 strength. What do his current ones give him? 10 strength and 5 toughness. I gotta say 30 strength right now does seem pretty good. Let's give them to him and we can maybe think about giving them to Argenta later. But, you know, 30 extra strength seems like incredible. Okay. I do think that the filter gas mask is interesting. Maybe for you, what's your current one? No. Okay. The problem is, like, athletics is not something that we're, like, worrying about. So, basically it should just say immune to toxin, which is not that good. Right. In over here. Let's,
not Dordal.
go back to the tech shaman. Nope. Okay. Door. The ancient servitor seems dead. The infrequent twitching of his head is the only glimmer of life left in him. The numerous augmetic regalia embedded in the body of the servant of the Omnissiah speak to his high standing and devoutness. Can you activate him, Pascal? The tech priest carefully touches the servitor's withered body with his mechadendrites. Data spikes slide out of them and sink into the servitor's augmetics. Pascal's vox sounds thoughtful and slightly puzzled. I identify this unit as Magos Logis Hectodon 11. The unit received 7 commendations for advances in astrography recorded in the Fleet Archive. The unit, he liked watching the stars. He called them beacons left for us by the Omnissiah. The servitor gives a jolt, raises his head and fixes his augmetic eyes on you. The large black circles of his visors are cloudy and covered in scratches. A pained moan comes from the speaker on the servant's throat. Unit status. Operational. Unit identifies itself as no data available. Error. Malfunction. The Omnissiah knows. What? Pascal sighs heavily. He is suffering. The unit is long past its operational life expectancy, but the particularly ancient and sacred true flesh it was awarded for its outstanding service to the fleet is still prolonging its years. Do you know him? This statement is false. My archive has no record of any encounters with this unit or any archive request concerning it. I just know, and I grieve. Pascal touches the servitor's pale skin covered in inky cachyography. The tribespeople inscribed his body with the blessed manual of maintenance and repair. Hypothesis. Ignorant as to the true purpose of this litany, they perceived it as a health-replenishing magic spell. Tech Brother Hectodon 11. This unit identifies itself as Pascal Hanuman. Can you hear me? Do you know me? Can you tell me what happened here? A jumble of sounds comes from the servitor's speaker, as if a very old man who has outlived his faculty of speech is trying to utter once familiar words, now strange to him. Then suddenly a spark lights up on his visors, and he utters with great strain, executing function. All reserve capacities engaged in executing primary function. We would like to go up to the observatorium. Request denied. The rattle in the servitor's voice could easily be mistaken for indignation. Access to the lift system denied. Service is in Obscuratia mode. An Obscuratia is a complete ban on the holy ministry within the compound. Any and all sacred maintenance procedures are deferred until after the ban is lifted. An Obscuria is declared when a temple is being compromised by suspected corruption before a battle or in the event of a major critical incident. Hypothesis: Obscuratoria was declared ahead of a battle in order to hinder a hostile infiltration of the observatorium. Knowing the reason enables this unit to deactivate the containment protocol. Pascal, unblock the lift. Pascal enunciates solemnly, accompanying each word with Binharic commands. As its first pronouncement, this unit declares that no security threat to the High Observatorium is present. As its second pronouncement, this unit orders the operation of the lift system to be restored. As its third pronouncement, this unit confirms its authorization to issue that order. The servitor's jerky movement is accompanied by a shower of sparks from his mouth. His optical visor makes a series of clicks. Units: hierarchical rank not recognized. Authorization to give orders unconfirmed. Awaiting confirmation. This unit is not part of the Hermetico chain of command. It must introduce itself to the ship's system for confirmation of its authority. Okay, so now we gotta go back down here and speak to the tech shaman and get ourselves on the list, basically. I understand. Back in here. Plead for benevolence. We've done this part. Formerly Pascal. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Show of force, because that's what we did previously. That was allowed. Okay. Tell it you're on a mission from Amernat. Perhaps the spirit knows who he is. I am following the orders of my mentor, Archmagos Amernat, and correcting a mistake made decades ago. The tech shaman listens to the crackling coming from the hidden box in response and shakes his head contritely. The Great Pref does not recognize your name or your face. He will not grant you his friendship and bid you to leave. Okay, that's fine. Let's go back in here. We already know where we're going here. Show of force. Okay. Tell us something profound and spiritual and invoke the Omnissiah. I am fulfilling my sacred duty to the service of the machine god. I intend to protect this blessed ship and servants of the Omnissiah aboard it. No, okay. Try again.
Rise to the top or get left in the dust.
Alright. So he doesn't like Pascal. Let's tell him you're the Messiah of discontinuing. This unit is Magos Pascal Hanuman. He hesitates a little, then adds, some identify him as the Messiah of discontinuing, although that statement is false. Okay, same thing as before. We then use the show of force. Okay. And then we're on a mission from Amernat. Or you know the answer yourself. You know the answer yourself? Aha! Discontinuing the cycle. The prefect enumerator has stated that he knows my name and is familiar with my power. He respects my mission and grants me a place within the crew's chain of command. Your work here is done by Nharic Interpreter. Pascal looks at you and adds with a slight surprise. I remember this language now, or more precisely, this unit used to know it, and now I remember having known it. The tech priest turns towards the wall of sacred mechanisms concealed inside it and says doubtfully, I am registering an anomaly. The data exchange deviated from the standard registration procedure. The prefect enumerator was commanded to limit the number of people who have clearance to issue orders, including even high-ranking tech priests from other ships. It was tasked with defending the observatorium as if it was under siege. Our mutual introduction rather resembled an exchange of secret passwords. Okay, so he's been here before. No surprises. Pascal, show him the Prefect Enumerator's authorization that confirms your right to give orders. Hypothesis. As soon as the lift is going up to the observatorium is operational, we will be attacked. The deck guard will activate and attack us, requesting confirmation of readiness for combat. You know what? A wise precaution. And then we're gonna turn around and then I'm gonna do it.
I always keep my options open.
Back over here. Let's do it. Raising his voice, the tech priest solemnly repeats his command to the servitor. An intricate, monumental, and piercing Banharic aria pours from Pascal's vox. Encoded in its signals is Hanuman's authority to give orders on the ship. The servitor stares at Pascal with visored eyes and bows his head awkwardly. Regalia identified. I greet the venerable Magos and will execute the order presently. Lift system activated. The servitor's last words were drowned out by the howling screech that rolls around the deck as several shrill voices wail, "Security, perimeter breach for the Omnissiah." They're gonna kill all the tribesmen, aren't they? Yup. Maybe.
I'll make an example out of you.
So, where are we even gonna start? Okay. Let's go here. Looking at where I want to stand. These guys have a lot of health. Okay, it's good to know. Earliette, you're gonna go like here because on your turn you're gonna go crazy. You need to be close enough to us. This isn't actually. Oh, that's cover. Okay, so you could go there maybe. Okay, Heinrichs. Heinrichs, I'm looking at something like this. Well, this for you, honestly. It doesn't seem that good. Pascal, you got a huge amount of movement. That's incredibly good news. You're gonna go here. Abelard, you're gonna go here. Okay. Are we happy? I think I'm happy. Start the battle. So, front line.
I'll make it happen.
I don't know where rear is gonna go. Let's assume rear is gonna go here. Here. And then back line is gonna go there.
On it.
Okay. That's okay. Then we are gonna go for 6 stacks. Let's take our stacks off of that one.
It's as good as done.
That gives everyone extra armor. Nice. Okay. Cover efficiency, I don't think we need to use. Priest armor.
Won't compromise my principles.
Let's do that. Then I should have put more stacks on that guy, then took the stacks away. Yeah, I should do that every time so we can get even more damage until the end of combat. Let's put stacks back on that guy actually, just for everyone else. Then I can use joint analysis.
Who, if not me?
I have one more move I can do. That's defense. So I just want to see if I can shoot anyone from here. No. Okay. I don't think. Let's just move here. Am I getting cover?
Guard down.
I'm just curious to know if it thinks I'm in cover. No, not at all. All right. Well, that's not ideal, but okay.
I'll see to it
perfect
personally.
spot. Then we're going to surefire plan. Then we're just going to shoot one of these guys. I guess well, it's this one or this one. So let's shoot the one in the middle. I missed. Okay. Oh. Give Jai her turn. She then gives Earliette a turn with infinite attacks. Earliette's then like, oh, it's time to shine. Okay. First of all, I just want to check something here. Almost. I can pretty much kill these. I think I can kill you actually. All right, so let's start by marking as prey.
If it serves
They're all level
your
3,
cause.
which is great. Level 3 or level 4. There's level 4, that's the immortal guy. Okay, can I mark you? No, I need to move. Okay. Start by moving over here. Let's mark
I am
you.
not your Xenos pet, monkey.
Okay. And then I'm going to mark you.
If I must.
Okay. So that's one I marked. Can I see you still? No. Okay, how about you? I can see you. Okay, shoot him.
Ancestors guide me.
I did not get him. It's not ideal then. Shoot him.
I understand your intent.
Nice. Nice second shot as well. Shoot him.
If it serves your cause. Fortune favors the swift.
I did not kill you? What? Survived with 1 HP? What happened? I'm just wondering if you had something that let you survive or whether we were just unlucky. I think we were just unlucky. Shoot him.
This tedium is beneath me. I deal death with my hands.
Get up here. Shoot him.
I move
With the free
as if
attack
unseen.
from Heroic Act.
Ancestors guide
Nice.
me.
Then shoot him.
I am not your Xenos pet, monkey. I hear you moving.
Nice.
No more.
So now, I would love to shoot you.
I understand your intent.
Okay, I don't have enough to kill you, I think. I get one more shot. Back down into here. Maybe I do have enough to kill you if I do this.
I move swiftly
try
to
that.
strike.
Maybe I should have done that from the start.
Ancestors guide me.
Yeah, I probably should have moved back and then shot him, but it doesn't matter. Right. In turn. Jai, this is your bonus turn for a heroic act being used. Okay. You are going to inspire. You're going to move out, and then you're going to inspire. This is just out of range, maybe. Voice of command. Let me just check what this does now, by the way. Extra turn with 2 AP and no MP. Cannot be used on the same ally more than once per round. I thought they'd nerfed it, but maybe I'm wrong. Move along here. Move along here. Move along here. Need like one more square.
I know what I'm doing.
Oh, that wasn't what I told you to
usually.
do. I think we're actually on an edge here, which is why we're getting some problems. Okay, Heinrichs. Let's then. I can't give you another turn this turn. I have buffed you. Let's inspire. Here's you for now. Okay. Press the advantage and then shoot this guy, or maybe I just
Am I
increase
getting
our
paid
momentum.
for this?
Okay, that did not seem to go well. I could fervor that. Yeah, let's fervor. Press the
I can
advantage.
do that with the right incentive.
Then shoot that guy.
Tell me, and it is done.
Nice. And now I can shoot at him like this.
Whoa! I want a medal.
And then
for
do that
one.
again. Then do that again.
I can do that. Jai Haydari. Remember the name.
I almost got him. Okay. Now it's back to our turn, which is now done. Okay.
I've suffered
Nice
worse.
dodge. Okay. Alright. This is fine. I have no idea what that is. Just close that for now. That's fine. Okay. Maybe I don't need to be worried about these guys. They don't seem to be able to hit. Canticle of the Omnissiah gives them 2 MP, 10 agility, 30% armor pen for 1 round. Okay. Let's start with one of these.
But of course, Lord Captain.
Followed by
For the throne's glory.
shield.
Let's see
Followed
to
by
it.
hammer. Followed by increasing
won't
Abelard's
object to
strength
it.
even more. And toughness. Followed Followed by warp speed on Abelard.
Let's see to it.
And we'll use this on Abelard, which I
Naturally.
think will give him temporary wounds, which it does. Nice. Am I out of powers? I am out of powers. Okay. We can head round here and just charge to kill
I
this
need a
guy, which
foothold.
seems like a good idea to me. Nice. I don't have any movement, but I can use secondary weapon shooting if I had more range, which I also do not have. Okay, that's fine. Earliette's real turn. Okay. Shoot him.
If it serves your cause. Another soul slips beyond the veil. Ancestors
Ooh,
guide
nice free
me.
attack. Where was the alpha? Was the alpha already dead? The alpha is already dead. Okay. Shoot.
I deal death with my hands.
Yeah, I messed up. I didn't use my other weapon. I should have used the other weapon. I've messed up because I was on this one to start with. In which case, that's the end of her turn. Oh well. I mean, this is all that's going to happen here.
One fewer target.
Pascal. Run up here. Stick some stacks on them.
There's no one route. Forward.
Hit him. Followed by hitting
The
him.
Omnissiah knows all, comprehends all.
Hitting him.
I am a savant of destruction.
Nice. Wonderful. Well, that seemed pretty good.
Is there money to be made?
Anything on these guys? Well, some power swords that are auto going to cargo, which means we've seen them before. Grab a little bit more. Are these just plasma pistols? Yeah, they don't look that good. That's fine. Over here. Yeah, I get the feeling we didn't do the best in that combat, but we did well enough. I messed up a few bits here and there. Need to slow it down occasionally. That's okay.
Keep your wits about you.
Seems good to me. Let's quick save. And head on out. Okay. This is a interesting looking area. Oh, hello. The face of the tech priest standing opposite is hidden behind a brass mask. Rather than being in one piece, it is assembled from fragments of many augmetics. You have met this man before. He is called Brass Whisper, a member of Lord Inquisitor Calcazar's retinue. Oh, so we got something about Calcazar. Interesting. Okay. There you are, tech brother. Brass Whisper's voice is raspy and punctuated. Its gaze is turned towards Pascal. The salutatory procedure will be performed, and the identification codes verified after priority request has been executed. Tell me where the blessed Amernat is. Pascal's voice clangs like steel. A cracked chuckle comes from behind the mask. You still don't understand. Yeah, I think I do. Is Pascal Amernat? You're from Calcazar's retinue. Does he have anything to do with this? Marginally. He used to play a major part in this story. Not anymore. This meeting was held upon my initiative. Brass Whisper surveys the Inquisition soldiers and warriors of the Omnissiah standing motionless. That said, I am still under the protection of the Lord Inquisitor and the Cognizance fleet. Keep that in mind. The locals spoke of a ghost without a face. Did they mean you? Response, affirmative. In order to move the Hermetico out of the procession of the damned, we had to disturb the pitiful locals. What's going on here? We intend to discontinue the cycle. Is that not obvious? There's a note of sarcasm in Brass Whisper's croaking voice. Speak, or I will rip your memories out along with the ferrum sanctum implanted in your brain. Pascal enunciates each word as he activates his drilling mechadendrite. What do you know of Amernat? The hollow-paned laughter from behind the brass mask is amplified by its echo. I know everything. We're looking for Archmagos Amernat, and we want answers. Looking? How absurd. You lack the very concept of what you are looking for, layman. You expect to find a man, and Amernat never was one. He was never one person. The Amernat Collective was created by a group of tech priests who renounced individuality and merged into a hive mind. A mind that reasoned algorithmically, but was guided by the principles and convictions of a righteous spirit. A superego brought them one step closer to the Omnissiah. You are looking for Archmagos Amernat, you say? Something clicks inside Brass Whisper's mask and his voice becomes louder and harsher as if coated in liquid metal. He has been by your side all this time. This statement is false. The hypothesis is without merit. Brass Whisper interrupts him with a forceful shout. As the cycle coils in multitudinous loops, it intersects with itself. Unlocks us in a cage of data vows. Pascal shudders as if struck by the motive force itself. Mechadendrites rise like steel wings behind his shoulders. The voice from his vox speaker takes on an otherworldly profundity and power, and therefore the cycle must be discontinued. Pascal, what's going on? Pascal turns his gaze to you, his pupils burning bright with celestial fire. A single word escapes from his vox. Restoration. Cognitive reconstruction mechanism activated. The memory is awakening inside you. Brass Whisper is shaken by a violent coughing fit, and he shouts ferociously, Remember! The Amernat Collective was designed to be a philosopher and a researcher. The concepts he produced were so powerful they almost destroyed the Cognizant's fleet, but then he faced the unsolvable dilemma, and that was when Amernat came apart. The 7 constituent servants of the Omnissiah hid their own memories from themselves behind false personas, or were sent off to various parts of the Koronus Expanse. They went into hiding. Each one had to live in solitude for many decades, accumulating observations and eventually bringing that experience to reunited Amernat who would tackle the dilemma once more. That would be the restoration. Sorrow echoes in Pascal's inhuman voice. 211 Terran years. It was such a long time ago. Your companion looks overwhelmed and pensive. So the tech priests of the name Hanuman are all parts of Amernat? Yes. 6 metal keynotes. Demence was paranoia. After the separation, he sensed that his memory was a web of lie and that feeling drove him to the depths of madness. Tarsus was faith, fiery and unyielding. Axiomantha was logic, unclouded by emotion or value judgments. Abel was her good twin, imagination. He did not know his past, just like the others, but felt more than they did. He was always different. That was why he was first to get close to the restoration. One of the first. Pascal was Judgement, the moderator of the cognitive process, the one who makes the decision. Pascal's voice rises to the vault of the observatorium and rumbles beneath it like thunder. And Nihil. The brass mask starts to unlock with a hissing sound. The augmetics bend back, revealing a face disfigured by burns. A woman's face with a pair of darkly radiant, vibrant eyes. Skepticism. The one who doubts. Did Amernat believe he could form again? The plan sounds risky. The restoration was statistically calculated on a level beyond your comprehension, layman. Billions of variables were taken into account. Countless scenarios went into the development of optimal strategies. 2 Amernat units meeting each other was an inevitable certainty. The matching identifiers were to be a spark that would start a chain reaction. And that was precisely what happened. A ringing brittleness enters Pascal's voice. We were motivated by perfect stimuli, curiosity, anxiety, shame. Each part of us was hostage to the legend of a betrayal it had committed, where suffering drove us to search and strive. What was the dilemma Amranat faced? Its name was Echatos, the secret to the rite of putting a machine spirit to death, a technology embodying the discontinuing of the cycle. Was it meant to exist, or was the acme of profanity against the Omnissiah and his creation? Pascal continues brass whisper speech in a lofty tone. Echatos was the perfect weapon against the creations of the Omnissiah that had been corrupted by enemies, but also against his faithful servants. Its spread could bring victory to the Imperium or could destroy it. Echatos could spell the end of the Adeptus Mechanicus, for it was the perfect answer to the power wielded by the cult of the machine god. Was it a blessing or a curse? There was no answer. Protraction was unacceptable, and so a way was found to shelve the issue. Nihil gives a raspy sigh, and I found the answer. Echatos should not exist. We will correct our mistake. What is Echatos? The power of machine negation, a noospheric signal that interrupts any and all life created by the Omnissiah. A green flash runs across the crack in Pascal's respirator. The power I used to tap into unconsciously. Your shared knowledge lay dormant inside the mind of every Amranat unit. You tried to decrypt the other Hanuman's neurocogitators, did you not? But to no avail. It was you who created the cipher that locked Amranat's memory. You were the maimed hunter. You tried to kill the other Hanumans. This statement is true. I was admitted into the Lord Inquisitor's retinue and authorized to study a dangerous artifact taken from Amranat. It tried to exert some kind of influence on me, but my data virus protected me. Nihil Hanuman touches our sacred face. A short circuit awakened some of my memories. I conducted an analysis, solved the Echatos dilemma, and began to act. My agents all but terminated Tarsus, but he hid under an armor of martyrdom and insanity. An attempt to intercept Pascal on Alter Templum Calixus Extension 17 failed because Abel had summoned him. The assassins caught up to him at Rykad Minor starport, but he was able to escape again. Another group went after Abel, only to perish at an electro-priest monastery. You dispatched Demence, who had lapsed into heresy. Axomanthea simply disappeared until she turned up dead on Euphrates II. I have no idea how she managed to hide from me. Well, I'm gonna say the top one. Idiot. Calcazar was harboring Axomanthea the whole time. She was working for him. I am registering a lie. The Lord Inquisitor shared my conviction that Amranat's legacy had to be destroyed. He was summoned to the Koronus Expanse by loyal members of the Cognizance fleet to depose Amranat. It was his troops that attacked the Hermetico in an attempt to obliterate our schismatic creation. So that was how you got on board the ship and into the Observatorium, Nihil. Our traitorous tech comrades gave Calcazar the access codes to the bridge, and he gave them to you. Acute conviction vibrates in Pascal's voice as he makes these quiet statements of fact. He is not asking questions, he is passing judgment. You were deceived, sister. Calcazar appropriated our work. He continued our research, no longer bound by the Omnissiah's canon, and you enabled him by destroying those who could return and reclaim his bloodied prize. Lies. Something you have not heard before creeps into Nihil's voice, a note of fear. What happens now? The decision is his to make. Nihil points to Pascal, as always. Nihil's voice is imperiously metallic. Tech, brother, I offer you the chance to yield peacefully to a fate that will please the Omnissiah. Do not resist your termination, and you will pass into oblivion as my friend and fellow believer. Pascal sweeps Nihil's words away like a gust of wind. His optical visor turns a blinding blue. No, Tech Sister. Refraining from the resistance was never our way. I am an explorator, a reconnoiterer of knowledge. I have brought fire to 100 worlds. I have gleaned 1,000 secrets in the darkness. I am an agent of unbridled will. I will not yield to oblivion, for oblivion itself fears me. This is my companion, Pascal Hanneman, and you have made a mistake in meddling with him. You wanted me to awaken, Tech Sister. Here I am, holding you to account. Nihil's disfigured lips twist, and a seed of dismay sprouts in her voice. I lured you here for a reason, Pascal. I wanted to see what our followers had become. This is what deviation from dogma ends in. Breach of canon begets ignorance. Ignorance begets blasphemy. All we did was breed corruption, schism. Remember when they came to depose us? We resisted them and destroyed the ship, a sacred relic, an arc mechanicus older than our priesthood itself. Here in this hall we released Ichatos and allowed an unconscionable heresy to happen. Do you remember? Do you remember how you got your cleft jaw? Pascal looks thoughtful as he touches the crack running across his armored respirator. A green spark runs through a deep gash left by an enemy's weapon in the metal. I do also wonder what would happen in this scene if you had left him with the extra parts he got in Komorak. That way I imagine would be intriguing. And it sufficed for you to merely show up in the Expanse again for the schism to rear its head once more. The Cognizant's fleet has already been torn apart by fratricidal war. Is this what we wanted? Let us finish this, let us discontinue the cycle. Now the words of the one who once called herself Brass Whisper sound more like a plea. The voice that answers her is no human voice. It could belong to a giant void ship or a forge world if they could speak. You violated procedure. Skepticism. You usurped the function of another. You challenge only. You do not make decisions. I do. You are right, Pascal. You are the decision maker. Pascal extends a mechadendrite towards Nihil and pronounces, Tech Sister, my judgment of you and your actions is one of condemnation. Tampering with procedure is unacceptable. Sabotaging the experiment is apostasy. For your betrayal, your vital functions will be terminated in the name of the Messiah of Discontinuing. A greenish pulse of energy is born inside Pascal's augmetics and darts towards Nihil like a furious lightning bolt. The green energy entangles Nihil like a net, burning her true flesh, draining the life force from her augmetics and mechanical components. But she focuses her will and strikes back at Pascal with a pulse of her own. The rattling voice, no longer human, rages and roars like a forest fire. I refuse to recognize you as the Messiah. I do not believe in you. That is your problem. You have always been too skeptical.
Your arrogance will be your downfall.
Alright. Battle. There are a lot of things here. There are a lot of things. Let's just have a look at this 1,000 health Nihil. Human. Okay. Technically only level 4. Brass Whisper awakens Ichasos, empowering yourself and Pascal for 1 round. Okay. Allies are blessed with its powers and enemies are cursed for 2 rounds. Brass Whisper uses the power of Ichasos to jam all augmentations and mechanisms in our enemies. The targets must pass a willpower resistance test or become stunned for 1 round. Does not affect Pascal. At the start of each round, a special 7x7 zone is created around a random enemy that explodes at the end of the round. Anyone in that zone at the time of explosion will suffer the Wrath of Achassos effect for 2 rounds. If the creature is already affected by this effect, Wrath of Achassos is removed instead. Okay, I understand. So, Pascal, you're gonna be here. Abelard, you're gonna be here. You're gonna go there, Heinrichs, for now. See there. We're gonna send Earliette here. She's gonna have a turn. Let's not worry about it. Jai, you're gonna go there. I hope that you're close enough to give her another turn. I assume you are. And then we're gonna go here, but we'll figure it out. Also, Abel is here as well. I guess I want to start like here. Let's go. So, rear.
It's as good as done.
Front line.
I'll see to it personally.
Working it out. Here.
I'll make it happen.
Back line. Okay, I don't really want to be there though. Maybe I want to stay in here for now. It's not the best place for us, but let's assume that's where I want to end my turn. Alright. Anyone got stacks on them? Yeah, a few do. Let's take stacks on this one. I'm then going to take all those stacks.
On it.
Nice, so that gives us all bonuses. Increase armor here. Shooting is 1. Just working out how many I have left. So I have 2 more moves I can do. Let's go for trench line stratagem here. We're going to move up. Actually, what we're going to do is we're going to do something else. If we move, we can dodge and parry. Yeah. So we're going to...
as good as done.
Surefire plan, move here.
Taking calculated risk is in my
Surefire
second
plan.
nature.
Then we're going to take a shot. At that one.
I'll make it happen. Another enemy down.
Nice. Okay, cool. Then I'm going to transcend the potential of Jai. Who will then give Earliette a turn.
The cards.
Right. That's obviously your spot. Inquisition Sharpshooter is only level 1. Or only level 2. But we're still going to mark you.
Swift.
Because I think we can do something cool with that. Should we just check something with this one? Yeah. That doesn't matter in this turn. Okay, I understand. Right, that's okay. Just double checking. What have we got? Who's high level? You are. Brass Whisper Disciple. We have an Inquisition Executor at the back here. You're a good target.
This tedium is beneath me.
Okay. And then I'm going to choose Nihil. Does that make sense?
If I must.
Okay. Yeah, that might be worth doing, but we'll think about that for now. Right, let's shoot.
If it serves your cause.
This gives us extra AP because we're killing
Another
up prey.
soul slips beyond the veil.
Then we get our free shot. Nice. Okay. I'm gonna shoot you.
I deal death with my hands.
Seeing who else I can shoot, I'm gonna shoot you.
I am not your Xenos pet, Mon. I hear you moving.
Nice.
No more.
I'm just reducing the number of enemies, right? Anyone that we can just one-shot, they are high priority. Like this guy.
Another
just take him
soul
out.
Slips beyond the veil.
You? Okay. I'm actually gonna shoot you as well.
Fall, creatures! Fortune favors the swift.
Just to apply a debuff to deflection and not deflection, so to armor and dodge. I'm gonna shoot this one at the back. We marked as prey earlier.
Guide me.
Now I'm gonna shoot them again.
If I must.
Okay, I guess I'm gonna shoot them again. Did you survive with 4
if it
HP,
serves
huh?
your cause.
Okay. So that now gives us more critical damage.
That is beneath me.
Not enough ammo. Alright, switch to your other weapon. Shoot.
This tedium is beneath me.
You're still alive, huh? Okay, I'll leave you alive because I think I can probably kill you with a side
Stop
thing.
trying, monkey.
Oh, now I'm out of stuff. Okay, that's fine. Right. Jai. Next step. Who goes next? Pascal. Pascal, let's get a little buff on you here.
Am I getting paid for this?
But I'm going to use this buff. I don't know why you're able to use it for... Oh, because it costs 0 stuff. Okay. Makes sense why you're able to use it. Inquisitor's Decree to raise our momentum higher again. Fervor. Right. Press the advantage.
I can do that with the right
Increases the next
incentive.
attack's damage. Now shoot. Didn't quite get it, but we can do this.
Don't get too cocky.
That had better not
I
be
want a medal
intentional.
for that one.
I didn't really... That was not intentional at all. I didn't think you were even going to be hit, but that's okay. I'll keep shooting. It's 1% chance of hitting him anyway. And then do it again.
You've got a problem, I've got a prime. Jai Hedari. Remember the name.
Okay, that seems fine. Back to us. End our turn. Pascal. Well, let's start with one of these.
Running binaric override.
Okay. Then... I'm just seeing here. Yeah, then we're gonna mark him with this, which will lower his deflection.
Prognosis is favorable.
So he now is basically has no deflection. Hit him with one of those.
Bow is observed.
Hit him with extra stacks. Take a step forward and hit him.
Advancing. Combat is an equation. Your life is a negligible variable.
Death Whisper.
Vulnerability analysis
Oh,
successful.
okay. What's this? You healed to full? That doesn't seem good. I don't really know what that was. Yeah, I don't know what that was. That was just he healed to full. That's fine, I guess. Don't really have anything else to do here. Guess I will. Perfect spot. Doesn't really give us anything. Gives us perception, I guess. What's applied to us? What's this thing? Psi suppressor. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. End turn. Earlyette's actual turn. Okay. Well, let's start with this one. We're gonna start by shooting for a crit.
I am not your Xenos pet, monkey.
I missed. That's actually atrocious. Reload. One awful turn so far. Guess we'll use Claim the Bounty on this guy.
I hear you moving. No more.
Okay. And now I have no shots left. Alright, I'm gonna use Raid onto...
If
Yeah,
I must.
well, I'll use Raid, which now means that we'll do 11% extra damage to Nihil. Okay. Okay.
Combat is an
Nice
equation.
damage.
Your life is a negligible variable.
Nice dodge. Oh, and we got
Focus,
a counter on that.
Bancalx. Focus.
Okay. That would stun us, potentially, except it didn't work.
Too bad I never
Ow.
leave that unpaid.
Heinrichs. Let's start with one of these.
For the throne's glory.
So, Word of the Emperor,
But
Shield
of course,
of the Emperor,
Lord Captain.
Hammer of the
Let's see to it.
Emperor, Warp speed on Pascal. Continue buffing Pascal. Okay. Could use Sword of Faith. I don't think I'm going to do that. I am, however, going to heal ourselves.
I won't object to it.
Nice. We got a crit heal. That's good. Okay,
Let's
Endure.
see to it.
Followed by make an opening. Okay. Hit.
For the throne's glory.
Nice. I'm then going to deliberately not do anything else. Why? Because I want Pascal to get the final hit. Obviously. Wait, why can I not hit Pascal with this? How about here? Then can I hit Pascal with it? Here. Why can you not use this on Pascal? Have I already got the thing on Pascal or something? Wait. Voice of command. Oh yeah, he already has voice of command on him. Do you have voice of command on you? No. How does he have voice of command on him? I don't know. Whatever. Maybe I've forgotten they used it or something. Pascal, have a turn. Okay. Get closer. Dash.
Activate calculated fury algorithm.
Hit him. Nice. Oh, we killed Prey, which would have given her another turn. Maybe. I don't know, but I guess it didn't. Okay. Is it still on his turn? Use your secondary weapon to kill.
Force mode sacrament.
Nice. Death Whisper.
The Omniscient.
Nice. Shoot.
Running by narrative.
Okay, that was good. Back to Jai. Now this is because a heroic act has been used, right? Okay. I don't know. Like, go here. Actually, go all the way up here. Yeah. Fervor.
This battlefield air is good for my lungs.
So, Fervor gives her more stacks.
Okay.
We then inspire herself. We then use press the
Don't
advantage.
get too cocky.
Right. Then we shoot.
Whoa! I want a medal
Then
for
do
that
this.
one. Oh,
And
you're
we've
no
done it.
fun.
Oh? I will not let you win. I will destroy this ship Stop. Thou shalt not create a schism. Thou shalt not suffer a heretic. Like the hand of a deity, the mechadendrite extends over Nihil lying convulsing on the deck. I did not want this tech sister, but the procedure must be completed. Farewell. His claw removes a mangled, suit-covered neural cogitator from Brass Whisper's head. The tech priest shudders, and peace descends over a disfigured face. The ghost-like figure in red approaches you cautiously. Enormous sad eyes look at you from his aesthetic face. Doubt has been shunned. The dominate or prejudice has ended. Abel's voice resonates with the same otherworldly profundity that has filled Pascal's vox. This statement is true. Only imagination and judgment are left. Our directive is to conceptualize the future we desire and bring it into being. Okay. Take a closer look at Pascal. The tech priest looks the same as before, yet different. His morbid aura of martyrdom has given way to a calm and powerful halo of purposefulness. His mechadendrites move with the grace of an inscrutable dance. The scars left by loss and doubt have turned into dark threads on a radiant body confident in its next step. And his voice, a voice born in the nuclear font of a star and hardened by the cold of an interplanetary void. I'm sorry about the death of your tech sister. So am I. The tech priest's inscrutable gaze is fixed upon the body once inhabited by Pascal's shared mind. The voice from the Vox is like the tolling of bells summoning a host of angels. I declare the period of ignorance over and will resume execution of the general algorithm. Integrity has been rehabilitated to a satisfactory degree. Memory access has been restored. I remember everything. Pascal turns to you and gives you a long look brimming with quiet elation. May the shattered mirror reassembled reflect light wholly anew. Are you Amornat? This statement is true. Pascal's stock phrase sounds more complex and more human than before. I carry within me his memory and his logical foundation. I am us. I am Amornat. Abel points to Pascal's mechadendrites and says softly, They have always remembered, they have always preserved. Thank you for the path we have walked. Pascal bows, his thin shoulders seem to take an eternity to descend from the heights that his mind has soared to. And I am sorry about what happened to Theodora. Did you know Theodora? We were allies. She entrusted me with studying a trophy she had obtained. The voice from the Vox grows quiet and hoarse as though coming from a distant past. We, Amornat, discovered the basic ways of communicating with it. We developed a weapons-grade strain of tech blight for her. It terrified me, so I developed its antidote, Chatos, the concept for the ultimate interruption of machine life. So, if we think that the tech blight potentially is like Nomos, then this is effectively the way to kill Nomos? That was why every one of our shards was located so close to you and to the Von Valancius domain. We were counting on her finding us and extending us her aid and protection. What are you, or what were you? A higher form of intelligence, a collective of computational tools freed from the limitations of individualism and the aberrations that stem from having a distinct personality. At the same time, a collective bound by a single set of principles that are of equal importance to all, being pure faith in the Omnissiah, and acting for the benefit of humanity. We were different. Each one of us considered the prospects of such an experiment, and I was the first to gain the resolve to attempt it. Nihil joined the project to effect control over it. She regarded the experiment as dangerously close to a blasphemous act of creation. The Conclave ordered her to end my research, but she became convinced of the possibility of its success. Nihil reinforced our union, and with the prudence of Demens, a meticulous and reserved auditor, a danger seeker, I strengthened our genius with the fiery faith of the warrior Tarsus in order to banish the shadows of false ideas. Axiomantha, who teetered on the brink of becoming a Malatech, was chosen by us for her loyalty to ruthless logic and a cold scrutiny, or indeed dissection of our theories. Abel. Pascal turns his gaze towards the last surviving tech comrade. Our quiet genius, the caged genius of imagination, the abstract artist of code. His talent completed the collective and made it a whole. What next? What is the general algorithm? A judgment must be passed. Should the secret of Chatos exist or be shunned as a false path? Should I exist, that is we, Amornat. A soft Binharic melody, full of sadness and solemn resolve, pours from Abel's vox. You have not heard it before. You would never have thought the Binharic language could be so comprehensible to one who does not bear the mark of the Omnissiah's iron blessing. Okay, we have some questions we can ask before we even get into this. Amornat was a union of 6 tech priests, all but a few of them are dead now. How does Amornat still exist? Everything Amernat was at the moment of the disconnection has now awoken in my mind. We are at the point where we stopped. But Amernat Collective was envisioned as a dynamic structure. We need new minds. If I bid you follow, would you come with me, tech comrade? Pascal waits for an affirmative nod and says, we will be the core. The collective can be replenished with worthy minds from among those aboard the Hermetico. Sincerity is present in their motives and faith. They are intuitively capable of comprehending the notion of discontinuing the cycle. Our collective memory can compensate for the lack of knowledge and memory of the rise. Restoration is possible. Pascal, or what used to be known as Pascal, makes a sacred gesture, and green sparks run down his mechanical arm. But a judgment must be passed first. What judgment are you leaning towards? Arrogance creeps into Pascal's voice as he gazes at Nihil's body. The Amernat Collective's experiment has demonstrated that a shared consciousness is as prone to flaws as an individual one. We failed to put our power to the right use. We destroyed ourselves, but that does not mean our power was bad. We were bad, most of us. The graceful dance of the mechadendrites takes on a more chaotic and unpredictable pattern. I am leaning toward the idea that Achatos must exist, but not in the hands of the Amernat Collective, in mine alone. Abel, what are your thoughts on this dilemma? Abel lowers his eyes and then silent for a while and then says, we have made great sacrifices. This statement is enigmatic. I request an expanded interpretation. Pascal looks demandingly into Abel's eyes, but he turns away. Refrain from interfering. Without waiting for an answer, Pascal says gravely, you have always been inscrutable, tech comrade. Yeah, I think it had multiple meanings. What will the destruction of Achatos mean for you? A shower of sparks bursts from the power unit of Pascal's shoulders, burning holes in his scarlet hood. An act of self-sacrifice. I will destroy the data concerning this technology and methods of reproducing it. I will burn it out of my neural circuits, along with everything that led to its creation. Amernat will be no more. Only a damaged and incomplete shard of him will remain. Pascal Hanuman. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. So, this is actually kinda similar to the Komarag question where he had the other tech in himself. It's like, it is heretical, but could he use it? Right? It's a similar question, except this time he wants to and the other time he didn't. So, we need Amernat and the power he wields. We need Achatos, but we also need Pascal. Your secret reeks of heresy. Do the right thing and destroy it, or only you can make that decision. So he's leaning towards keeping Achatos, right? He's already told us that. I don't think we need Amernat. So I think we're going to say 2. I think we're going to stick with our iconic last ways and take the middle ground. I don't think we need an Amernat who has the full power of this Achatos thing. I think that sounds like a terrible idea. I also don't necessarily think we need to destroy it. But I think a middle ground where Pascal stays may be the right answer. We need Achatos, but we also need Pascal. Pascal throws back his head. The power brimming in his voice rushes forth like a flood. The tech priest's booming voice is heard throughout the ship, echoed by every vox speaker on every deck. I was once part of a great whole. I was once one of many. We gleaned the horror that lay ahead and we rebelled against it. Yet we proved unworthy of the knowledge revealed to us. Self-doubt drained our strength and made us hesitate, just as the elders whose testaments we were following hesitated. Our fear of change drove us to dogma, paralyzed us, and made us waste precious moments when we could have altered destiny's course. We fell apart, helplessly fleeing the dilemma, and in scattering we exposed our weakness to the world. We were consumed by madness and fanaticism, by depravity and paranoia. The old mistake will not be repeated. I, Pascal Hanuman, will take the entirety of the power and shoulder the entirety of the burden. I alone will preserve the great knowledge of Achatos, and decide the fate of the cycle that will be discontinued. Though our fate is implacable, I, Pascal Hanuman, will follow my sense of duty and become a protector to my tech brethren, leading them into the future, alone. Well, it didn't sound terrible. I sounded okay. Now, I'm not going to do everything right now. I'm just going to loot Nihil. So, Flamer, a new axe, a great sword, which we might not need, 2 reinforced armored body gloves. I think not all of these are from Nihil. Bid capture relay. Whenever the wearer's allies under the effect of joint analysis ability hits a target with an exploit, the wearer gains 5 perception. Okay. Whenever the wearer uses an overcharge on a plasma weapon, that attack ignores the enemy's deflection and deals 2 times int bonus plus ballistic skill % additional damage. When the wearer uses Machine Spirit Communion, their intelligence is increased by 5 for each affected target until the end of combat. The wearer suffers 2 times 5 plus int bonus % less impact and energy damage. When the wearer suffers impact or energy damage, the attacking enemy suffers 5 plus wearer's int bonus power damage. Interesting. Okay. Taking it. Oh, Abel rejoined the squad after that. Interesting. Well, I think what we're going to do now is we're going to end the episode here. Thank you very much for watching. Next time, we're going to go and do Argentus quest and see how that links in. What was interesting though is we have had another link to Calcazar with Nihil, which is slowly building a picture. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.